Funding for this program is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hey everybody, what the heck is going on? I don't know if you've been keeping up with the spoilers, but Modern Horizons 3 has unpacked some crazy reprints for Commander and brand new cards that are insane. There are brand new printings of each of the Eldrazi Titans, all with brand new disgusting abilities that are sure to look awesome sitting in your command zone. But if a giant Eldrazi with Annihilator isn't your style, there's a whole new set of cool flipwalkers you could choose from. And if you're not flipping out already, there's 4 super powerful Commander Precons this time around, available in both regular and Collector's Edition. This is all leading up to a very exciting June 14th release, where you will be able to get your hands on this product at your local game store and major online retailers. All pre-ordering now for the current price of $600. And this is actually a fair price because the Eldrazi deck on its own is going for about $500. So the best move you can make is to buy singles, right? But what cards should you even buy from this set? Let's take a look at what I think are some of the must-have cards from this release. Wizards of the Coast describes Modern Horizons 3 as a powerful collection of new cards and exciting reprints that will make the most immediate impact on one of Magic's most celebrated formats, Commander. Modern Horizons 3 provides reprints of the allied colored fetch lands, which are always a worthwhile upgrade for your Commander deck, and available now for a fair price. These may look basic, but they're not, and they're incredibly powerful in the right deck. Hadouken! Keeping up with the value over time, we have reprints of the Medallion Cycle. These powerful artifacts were printed into Modern for the first time with new eye-catching artwork. Available now for a pretty reasonable price. These are very good upgrades for your mono-colored or even dual-colored Commander deck. Another great artifact being reprinted into Modern for the first time is Urza's Incubator. This card is an all-star in your Typal Commander deck, finally pushing your Beeble deck over the line into the competitive zone. And since we're talking about the competitive zone, how about the reprint of Esper Sentinel? This 1/1 for 1 is sure to be fun, generating you value from as early as turn 1, and it's not an inexpensive card. Speaking of reprints that are good to see, how about Phyrexian Tower, a very cool utility land, and with the recent reprinting, there's no better time to pick one up than now. But let's take a break from all these reprints and check out some of those cool new cards that I mentioned earlier. Modern Horizons 3 introduces 5 brand new Flipwalker cards, including Grist, Ralzarek, Sorin, Tamiyo, and Ajani. These 5 creatures all transform into Planeswalker versions of themselves. Will you use Grist to swarm the battlefield with insects? Do you plan on slinging spells and flipping coins with Flipwalker Ral? Maybe you want to extort the whole table and have the highest life total. Or maybe you're down to add another Tamiyo emblem to your collection. Or maybe you just want to be the cat that knocks things off the table. Being powerful cards, these aren't exactly inexpensive, but if you're looking for a unique and new Planeswalker to helm your Commander deck, these are great choices. They hit the board super early, and they have a really big effect. But now, let's take a look at some of the other legendary creatures in this set. If you're looking for new cards of old characters, Modern Horizons 3 has quite a few. And let's start from the top with Ashling. Represented in this all-new card, Ashling Flame Dancer. A 4/4 for 4. This new Ashling seems very powerful right off the rip to me, with her Magecraft ability triggering all 3 stages off of you just casting and copying your own instant and sorcery spell with another instant or sorcery spell. And for another returning character, how about Eladamri? A 3/3 for 3 that's sure to slot into most elf decks, or be powerful enough to run its own. This time around, Eladamri is doing his best impression of a Garruk's Horde stapled to a Mystic Forge. And we can't forget about Six, This legendary tree folk has the ability to give all your non-land permanents in your graveyard retrace. First thing that came to my mind was definitely Birthing Pod, which is referenced in this set in Birthing Ritual, another great card that goes with 6's retrace ability. But we can't forget about the most fearsome returning legendary creatures of all, the Eldrazi Titans. Ulamog, Kozilek, and Emrakul. Let's start with Emrakul, a 12/12 for 12 with a madness cost of 6. Emrakul is an interesting card, but I don't know if it's an amazing commander. Paying 12 mana from the command zone isn't nearly as good as being able to use that madness activation multiple times. And by running Emrakul in the 99, you'll have more than a few ways to recur it to your hand. And take a look at Kozilek, a 9/9 for 9 who offers some tactical advantages and choices. Kozilek is still here to help you draw cards off the cast after all these years. And now for the real big bad of the set, Ulamog, a 7/7 for 10. Ulamog has one of the nastiest cast triggers on any of the Eldrazi, exiling half of your opponent's library and giving him a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the highest mana value of those cards. And did I mention it's game over when he attacks? Because that's what Annihilator means. And these three aren't the only Eldrazi you have to worry about, because with the all-new Eldrazi Incursion Precon deck, Wizards of the Coast introduced Ulalek and Azlask, two new 5-color Eldrazi commanders, unlocking all new strategies for the Eldrazi subtype, and giving you a place to run all those Devoid creatures. I think I've covered most of the legendary creatures that interested me from the set. There are quite a few more, but I think it's time to move on to some non-creature permanents. Necrodominance is Necropotence, except it says the word draw, finally making Sheoldred the Apocalypse just a little bit better. And if you are running an Eldrazi deck, you'll definitely want to take a look at these two new Ugin cards, with Ugin's Labyrinth being one of the more expensive cards in the set, but greatly benefiting decks that run creatures with power 7 or greater. And the new Flare cycle looks cool, allowing you to cast these instants and sorceries for free. So how are you going to spend your money? If you just recently started playing Commander, the 4 precons up for offer are incredibly powerful, and you can't go wrong with a well-balanced, well-power-leveled deck. And your friends will appreciate you for not playing Ulamog. Thank you for watching the video, and keep your eyes peeled here for new content coming soon, because I am working on new content. Okay, gotta go.